style, as I like to call it. This evening, I will be your Toastmaster. The role as Toastmaster is to help facilitate the meeting as a whole. So we have three parts of a meeting. The first part is our prepared speeches. The second part is our table topics portion where everyone gets to participate. And the third portion is the evaluation portion in which we will talk about the flow of the meeting along with calling on our team of evaluators to give their report. So without any further ado, I would like to call on our evaluation team and get a quick description of your role for this evening. So, Kaori, I heard that you are the timer. If you would like to give us, well, you know what? I know you say you don't feel too good. I can talk for you, Kaori. I know what your role is this evening if you want me to do it. And
Uh,
that is, oh, go ahead.
these three basically. My role is the timer. I all time all time your speech. And I believe we have a table topic master. No long speech. Table topic speech. You see green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute and 30 seconds, this red at 2, and a time to wrap up your speech. Thank you. Olivia, you're mute.
And I was having a whole conversation. Thank you very much for your explanation of your role this evening. And let's move on to our next role, and that is our general evaluator.
Yes, thank you, Olivia. My role for this evening is the general evaluator. The general evaluator basically evaluates the meeting. So basically what I'll be taking notes of is when we start the meeting, how much we did for the recess, and the other part of my role is to call upon my team of evaluators, which Olivia already covered, which consists of the timer, and then I'll count the grammarian tonight. But other than that, I would have called the first and second evaluator if we did have a prepared speech. But other than that, that's basically the role of the general evaluator. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much for the explanation of your role this evening. And you mentioned, and I would like to call on our next evaluator, and that will be for the all counter and grammarian, along with please give us the word of the day and our theme. And I think it is in the chat.
Yes, thank you. As all counter and grammarian, well, as the all counter, I'm supposed to keep track of the ahs and other filler words too. And as grammarian, I had to keep track of any misuse of the English language. So I had to make sure that when I'm listening to the table topic, I'm not just listening to the table topic. I got to listen for misuse of English language and filler words. And those are my two roles. And I just wanted to say something about Carrie being the timer. So all of you need to do good on your table topics, because if you don't make a good time, then she will cut you.
Ah, you'll be cut.
Okay, thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Maurice, you and your humor. Thank you very much. let's see. One of our favorite roles is the table topics portion. So if I could get a explanation from our table topics master, please.
Thank you, Olivia. Good evening, everyone. I am David, and I will be your Table Topics Master for this evening. As Table Topics Master, I'll be asking some questions that you will have 1 to 2 minutes to give an answer to. And the idea of table topics is that sometimes we're required to think off the top of our head without prior preparation. And so table topics is a great way to practice that, and it can also be a fun thing to do, and we can learn and explore about ourselves. So that's my role for this evening. Thank you, and back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much. Have I gone over all of the roles? Let's see. Timer or counter, grammarian, yes. General evaluator. I'm sorry, Maurice.
Yes, you have, but I neglected the word of the day. The word of the day is foment, means to instigate or foster discord or rebellion, etc., promote growth or development of. Example, to foment trouble, to foment discontent. And then I think the archaic definition is to apply warm water or medicated liquid ointments, etc., to the surface of the body.
Thank you very much, Maurice. And did you give us our theme as well?
Is battles and struggles.
Battles and struggles. All right. With that being said, we will move, unless we have a prepared speech or a pocket speech, then we will move right into our table topics portion. Table topics master, take it away.
Thank you again, Olivia. What I did this evening was I asked ChatGPT. I knew our theme was battles and struggles. So I said, please give me 20 Toastmasters table topic questions using the theme of battles and struggles. So ChatGPT came up with some questions. So I'm going to ask them now, and I'll ask the question and see if we have a volunteer. And I'll try to find some of the maybe more interesting ones. The first question is, what is a personal battle that you have overcome or are still facing?
I'll take, oh, go ahead, Caleb.
Hey, go ahead, Caleb.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, the question for tonight was, what is a battle that I have overcome or that I'm currently facing? And to answer that question and maybe explain a bit of my absence over the past few weeks is I've finally applied for graduation within the past 2 weeks, and then proceeded to go away on conference for an additional week. And that is a battle that I'm currently facing because very, very soon, by very soon I mean tonight, once Toastmasters ends, I'm going to start writing my dissertation again. And there is nothing I've been dreading more out of this 5-year span of research than sitting down and writing my dissertation. And it's going to be quite a battle because the previous grad student of the lab really just blew expectations completely out of the water because his dissertation was 260 pages, I believe, total, which is insane. Mine is not going to be 260 pages. Mine will be lucky if it's over 100. But I'm still confident. I've got 6 months to write it, more or less. And that is going to be eating up my time and energy and sanity for the foreseeable future. But it's a good battle because it means I'm nearly done. And it's better than staying as a student for the rest of my life. It's what my parents already expect of me. And that is my answer for the evening, and I'll return it back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Caleb. That reminds me of Olivia's invocation talking about life is not easy. But I think when life is not easy is when it's also can be the most rewarding, especially speaking for myself. If things are easy, then it's boring and simple. But so struggle can be a good thing, although there's limits. It's a balance, I think. But that's a very good answer. I do appreciate that. So my next question, maybe Olivia wants to try this one. How do you balance? And this kind of falls under the category of struggles, I think, battles and struggles. But how do you balance your personal and professional goals and responsibilities?
Thank you, David. Yes, I would be more than happy to answer that question. Unfortunately, we're being recorded, so I will be as candid as possible and not make sure I use that word properly. Foment in my response. Foment, yes. So the question was, how do I balance professional and personal goals? Am I saying that right, David?
Correct, yes. Goals and responsibilities, yeah.
Goals and responsibilities. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. How do I balance personal and professional goals and responsibilities? I have learned in the last few years, now more than ever, that time is precious. It's valuable. Its value is immeasurable, and life requires balance in everything that you do, just from the simple things of how long you sit versus how long you stand, how long it takes to prepare a meal. But when it comes to my professional life, I spent a lot of time doing what I was taught to do, and that was to be the best that I can be and excel and to be competitive. And that worked to my advantages somewhat. And then in other areas, it did not. Me always wanting to be the best and always competitive made me take on tasks that were pretty futile. But I did them anyway because I am the best. And balance didn't come quickly. And now that I'm older, I know how to completely shut off work, professional goals, responsibilities have a deadline. And when I close them out, I do not pick it up when it's time for personal, family. Excuse me, I just said, when it's time for personal and family concerns or matters or things that I want to do or would like to do in a more social environment, then I do not take professional and move it into personal at all. And when it's time to pick up work or professional responsibilities, I close out personal. And that has worked for me for the last few years, and I think I will continue in that regard. Back to you, David, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Olivia. I do appreciate that answer. I think, like you said, balance is the key and being able to switch gears from one to the other and because we can't multitask, we can't do everything at the same time. But I love that answer and it's something I think we all struggle with. So the next question probably falls under the category of struggles as well. It is, how do you handle criticism and feedback from others? And Maurice has his hand up. Maurice.
Yes. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, how do I handle criticism and feedback? Just like most people, when they're much younger, the average person doesn't handle feedback or criticism in the best way. Now, some younger people may handle it better than others, but in general, I guess a younger person would handle criticism and feedback worse than an older person, even though there are old people, there are sprinkles of old people who can't stand feedback or criticism. But as for me, I have gotten better over the years, and I learned to listen, and I learned in some occasions just to hold my peace when I have an inkling of firing back during feedback or criticism. And it's a constant struggle or constant battle sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it is, because I don't want to foment any type of discord or altercation. I don't want to foment any altercation by not being able to handle a critique or a criticism. Back to you, Topics Best.
Thank you, Maurice. And I appreciate that answer as well. It's criticism. I think that's one of the things I like about Toastmasters is we give feedback on each other, but they're very careful in instructing us in how to do so. And feedback is a critical thing for all of us because I think we all have something to learn from each other. But criticism can be, and throughout my life as well, it can be a triggering thing. It's tricky to do it in the proper way because we all do need guidance from each other. But thank you. So the next question is, what is a battle or struggle that you admire someone else for overcoming or enduring, and why? A battle or struggle that you admire someone else that has overcome. Donovan has his hand up. Go ahead, Donovan.
Thank you, Maurice. No, thank you, David. My question is, who do I admire of the struggles that they have been overcoming or is still going through it? One person that I can think of on top of my head is my mother. I don't know if y'all know, but both of her parents has passed away. And I know that it's been very hard for her and for everybody else. But one of the things that I see is that she doesn't dwell on it, and she doesn't make it affect her day-to-day life. To me, I believe that takes courage and strength for her. And I think because of that, he has a good support system from myself, from her kids, or grandkids, even though they don't know what's going on, and especially her husband, because he's been there to guide him, to help him, and stuff. But I believe that all of these things helped him to be able to get through each day without facing that adversity anymore. And I feel that has been very helpful for him. Thank you.
Thank you, Donovan. And I love that answer. It's especially just recognizing that other people struggle and having that empathy and understanding is so critically important to being a human being. So I love that. Thank you. My next question is, how do you celebrate your victories and achievements after a hard-fought battle or struggle? And that's something I think it's because we accomplished something, we finally got through it. So how do you celebrate that?
If no one else will take it, I will.
Sure, Olivia, go ahead.
How do I celebrate my achievements after a long battle? I don't allow myself to, fellow Toastmasters, that is my question. And my answer is I don't allow myself to sit too long in the celebration because there's always something else to do. So I try to take my accomplishments as steps. So I finish one and then I immediately start thinking of what is my next task? What do I need to do? I think on this journey of life, we should be constantly propelling forward. So if we stay too long in the celebration, we may get off track. And I think about that when it comes to my health, my diet, and the things that I must do to improve or sustain my health. And I can't stay too long in celebrating a victory, even though I am excited about every small accomplishment. I just try to get prepared or start planning for the next one. That's my answer. And back to you, Tabletop Master.
Thank you, Olivia. And I think that's another great answer. And it's all about balance. It's important to recognize and celebrate when we do achieve something, we accomplish, we complete a battle and we win. But I think you hit the nail on the head when you used the word journey, because life is a journey. And it's so easy for me to say, oh, I did it. I finally accomplished this. And now I can just
Mm-hmm.
sit back and relax. And it's good to sit back and relax for a minute, but then move on because we're meant to be
Yes,
active. And thank you very much.
thank you.
Let's see. So I think we have time for at least one more. How do you cope with a failure or disappointment after a battle or a struggle? Because we don't always win everything we try to set out to do. Sometimes we fail. I mean, that's part of being humans. So, how do you cope with that when we fail after a battle or struggle? And Carrie has her hand up.
Harry, you're muted.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let me restart my timer. How to handle my feeling, how to handle the fail. I believe that there is no failure in life. Failure is when you stop trying, that's the failure. Well, as long as you keep going, you never fail. It sometimes doesn't go well. Your strategy doesn't go well, but goes unexpected way. But that's not failure and it doesn't go well. These two are totally different. As long as I keep going, as long as I keep trying, failure does not exist. So when the strategy doesn't go well, try another one, try the next one, next one, next one. And always there is something I could try. And as long as I keep trying, there is no fail. That's my belief. So that means I need to handle a strategy I really believe doesn't go well, but it's a time to change to another strategy. And that's how I handle. And I don't need to handle the failure because there's no failure again. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. And I love that answer as well. That's a really good way of looking at it, that there is no failure. Even if we don't succeed in one particular battle, the bigger picture is still there. We move on. And that's a great answer. Thank you. And it's 7:06, so do we all want to do one more or should we move on? We we don't have any speeches, so we could just do maybe one more quick one if you'd like to. So my final question is, what is a book or movie or song that portrays a battle or struggle that resonates with you, and why? Is there any particular book or movie you saw or song? And Donovan has his hand up.
Yes, thank you, David. Just don't. This kind of resonates to me personally. Out of those choices, I would have to pick a song. One of the songs that does portray my pain and suffering, but helps me to keep going even though I'm still suffering from it. It's called Jesus Takes the Wheel. I feel that song kind of lifts me up a little bit too. Even though that I'm in a dark path right now, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel for me, and I know that it's been pretty hard for me for these last couple of years of everything that's going on, from from changes, from significant deaths of family members, and I guess all of that just kind of sort of really show me what happens, and it's very hard. And one of the things that I've been taught is that when you've been faced with adversity, it's about being able to move forward with the adversity on your back. I would like to end this topic on that saying. Thank you.
Thank you, Donovan. That's a great song. I'm familiar with that song as well, and that's a really good way of putting it. And I wish you the best. And that was really great. Thank you, and thank everyone for participating. I think we all participated in table topics this evening, which is wonderful. So I appreciate being your table topics host, and I will turn the meeting back over to our Madam Toastmaster Olivia.
Thank you very much, David. That was a very nice Toastmaster, and we could all learn something from our battles and our struggles, and that's what life is all about, learning from our mistakes, or as Carrie said it, there is really no failures, just another opportunity, a redo, a takeover. And it is just important for us to just keep living life and keep moving forward. Thank you very much again. And we're now moving into our third and final portion of the evening, which is our evaluation portion. And now I will call on our general evaluator so that he can call on his team and get their reports. Thank you, and on to you, Donovan.
Thank you, Olivia. So first off, I just want to say that the meeting went well as a whole. We started around 6:30, and we did the meeting. We did a 5-minute recess at the beginning to wait to see if anyone else would show up. The other stuff, I'd like to go ahead and And right now it's 7:11, which is funny. But other than that, I like to go down the list of evaluations of the meeting. First off, will be the timer. Gary or Olivia, would you please do the report, please?
For the timer, Kaori? Is that what you said, Donovan?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm your timer. Let's start. Caleb, 2 minutes and 1 second. Olivia, your first speech, 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Second speech, 1 minute and 15 seconds. Maurice, 1 minute and 47 seconds. Donovan, your first speech, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Second speech, 1 minute and 31 seconds. Myself, Carrie, 1 minute and 19 seconds. Back to you.
Thank you, Carrie. The next evaluator will be the Alcantara and Grammarian. That was the presentation for that. Would you please do your role, please?
All right, thank you very much. For the filler words, I don't believe I heard any uhs, but there is one filler word, and I may have used it once too, but it is debatable. It depends on what context you use it. It can be a filler word or it may not be a filler word. It's the word and. I said it once during my table topic, and I think Caleb said it several times during his table topic. And also for the word of the day, I heard Olivia say it, I heard myself say it. Did anyone else use the word foment? All right. And that is, I don't think I heard any other misuse of English language or any of the worst filler words. I just heard, I guess for lack of a better term, maybe better filler words or slicker filler words.
Well, there you go.
And my all counter and gregarious report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Maurice. For your evaluation. So the next, I'll just go ahead and say that the meeting as a whole went well. It's 7:14, and I believe that the table topics went pretty well as well. Other than that, that's pretty much all that the general evaluator does. So in that case, I will relinquish that time to the Madam or Mr. Toastmaster. Olivia?
Yes, thank you very much, Donovan, for your general evaluation and for all of your team and their reports. And I think I will agree with you, Donovan, that the meeting went very well. It's October, and as you guys know, we're going into my favorite season of the year, which is the fall season, and followed right behind it is the holiday season. So I am excited, and I hope that you guys are as well, and that you're enjoying some of the break from this, the dog days of summer here in the blessed southern state of Alabama. And that is it for my role this evening as Toastmaster and facilitator of the meeting. And I will turn the lectern back to our president, Maurice.
All right, thank you, Olivia. Before we go any further, would anyone like to take a role for next week's meeting? And the next week's meeting will be hybrid. It'll be on the 9th of October at 6:30 at the West Mobile Library.
I will take general evaluation. evaluator.
All right. Anyone else? Okay, Donovan.
I just wanted to let you know that I may not be able to make it next Monday. I have family that's coming down.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Fair play.
And I hope you enjoy your family, Donovan.
Yes.
Thank
I-
you, Olivia.
I'm glad Donovan said that because I was about to take a role and then I actually looked at my calendar and I will also not be able to make it next
Alright.
Monday.
Uh-oh,
Um,
that's it. Meeting canceled. Maurice, stop the recording.
All right.
No, I was just picking, but yeah, you can stop the recording, I think.
Okay. All right. All right. But thank you, everyone. And thank you to the YouTube viewers. Good night.